When facing a crisis or challenge, the most important survival tool is to think clearly. To think clearly, find personal safety, maintain a workable body temperature, and stay hydrated. These would be essentials for a short term, meaning a few hours, last-ditch environmental survival. The survival kit contains a 2-inch or 50mm ferrocerium rod as an ignition source, wax jute for tinder, a magnetized sewing needle for repairs, makeshift compass, and even a fishing hook, and a small freezer bag and purification tablets to serve as a short-term water container. The kit contents are held in a soft pouch that attaches to a pocket knife slip ring and can also serve as tinder. Select a heavy-duty sewing needle no longer than the length of the ferrocerium, as they are placed side by side. Make a compass by magnetizing the sewing needle with a rare earth or neodymium magnet. Check the needle with a calibrated compass to find out which end of the needle is north. A touch of marker ink on the north end of the needle is a good reminder. Heating the needle allows it to be bent into the shape of a fishing hook without breaking. Use heavy-duty upholstery thread or fishing line that fits through the eye of the needle. The interior strands of 8.5 inches or 215mm of paracord are replaced with wax, jute, and thread. And if you want fishing line, the thread and jute are cut longer than twice the length of the paracord. Pull jute multiple times through beeswax to act as a longer burning tinder source. Find the center of the cordage and tie the thread and jute together with just a simple overhand knot. Then tie the cordage to the paracord strands and pull through the paracord. Untie the knots. One end of the paracord shows thread and jute loops. The other end shows jute and thread ends. Pull just the thread ends so that the loop end of the thread goes into the paracord by about 1/4 inch or 5mm. This protects that thread end from being cut. Trim the paracord and jute flush and seal the end with a flame. A figure-8 stopper knot is tied at the end of the paracord. Trim and seal the other end of the paracord. I'm also using found material, part of the collar of a worn-out cotton shirt. The collar is two-sided, so it forms a small tube to hold the materials for the kit. Alternatively, the kit can easily fit into a pocket knife pouch. Melt a mixture of beeswax and old paraffin candles. The addition of the beeswax helps keep the fabric pliable. Be sure to heat the wax in a double boiler or use a container well away from any flame. Coat both sides. Reheat the wax to fully saturate the cotton. This waterproofs the cotton and improves its burn characteristic to serve both survival kit container and fire tinder. Stitch one end of the cotton, but leave a small opening to allow the paracord to slide through. Using a 1-quart freezer bag, some of the bag's lip is removed to make it easier to fold. The bag is folded into thirds and rolled with paracord, ferrocerium rod, and needle. It's easier to untie the knot before rolling. 2 foil-sealed purification tablets are rolled into the stiffer bag seam. Each micropure tablet will purify 1 liter or bag full of water. Most pathogens are taken care of in about 15 minutes, but marginal water can take up to 4 hours for tougher stuff like cryptosporidium. And save the tablet foil, as it can be used to wrap a small pebble to weight your fishing hook. Stitching the base once the contents are inserted. If you ever need to use the kit, you'll need only feel for the knot inside and slice across the pouch below the knot. This helps prevent cutting the plastic bag. Tie the paracord with a couple of half hitches to the knife slip ring. This is an easy to untie knot. Test. A 1-quart freezer bag that has been folded into thirds, rolled, and fitted into the wax cotton fob is removed after 1 week. The bag is filled with a quart of water and drop tested at a height of 3 feet for 3 times. The falls do not break the seal nor the bag. Good enough for a short-term water container. Separate strands of the waxed jute and add a strip of waxed cotton. The back of a saw makes an excellent fire starter. The jute catches the spark, but the waxed cotton burns much longer than the jute and will ignite tinder to get a fire started. The Environmental Survival Kit has fulfilled some of the short-term needs to maintain a workable body temperature and stay hydrated, and perhaps even gives a nod to the longer-term need of food. Remember to adapt, make, and be resilient.